We are back for an exciting and we hope award-winning edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this 23rd day of March, 2022. I'm Dan Kuntz, and it is Wednesday. Yeah, Winning Wednesday is back. We do them every Wednesday. And we have a new prize up for grabs today. First of all, look down there. That's the email address. winner@ncwlife.com. If you want to win the prize, you got to email me, winner@ncwlife.com. What do we have for you today? This is kind of cool. Brenda gave me this. She said, give this away. It's still sealed. It's Wenatchee-opoly. Here, I'll hold it up to this camera. Wenatchee-opoly. Yeah, it's Monopoly. Only it's Wenatchee icons instead of Atlantic City. So you have the Apple Capital Loop Trail and Riverfront Park and Mission Ridge and all that stuff. It plays like Monopoly, only it's Wenatchee icons. It's called Wenatchee-opoly. Never been opened. It's for ages 8 and up, so most of you are not eligible. Anyway, that's one of the prizes. Also, we're going to throw this in. Hold tight. We have a NCW Life Channel mouse pad, suitable for framing. And if that wasn't enough, and gee, don't you think it ought to be, we have a Franz apple fruit pie that I bought a few days ago from the Franz Bakery there, and I didn't eat it, and it expires today. So, thought we'd get rid of it. So, a fruit pie, an NCW Life Channel mouse pad, and Wenatchee-opoly. Yes, the Monopoly game centered around the Wenatchee Valley. It could all be yours if you enter. If you don't enter, of course, you can't win. Winner@ncwlife.com. Winner@ncwlife.com. 1 entry per email address. You know the rules by now. Rule number 2, employees of local telecommunications solely on broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Alicia. Rule number 3, if you don't enter, you can't win. All right? The Wenatchee-opoly board game, the NCW Life Channel mouse pad, and the almost expired fruit pie from Franz Bakery. Estimated retail value of this morning's prize package, $1,000. Estimated retail value. Anyway, get in your emails if you want to win the prize. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on in the program. We'll give you a couple more reminders before we're done. Very mild, 48 degrees, overcast skies. We hit 60 yesterday. We got to 61 for the first time in 110 days. It was 110 days from the last time we got to at least 60 degrees for the afternoon high. That was way back on December 1st. So we hit 60. We're going to hit 60 again today. Pretty brisk and active and quick-moving cold front. Going to come flying through the valley later on this afternoon into tonight. Going to see some significant winds right around sunset. And then we cool down a little bit on Thursday. Then we have a nice weekend. Forecast details are coming up. Passes, no problems at all. News, yes. Sports, yes. Wenatchee Wild have their final regular season home game against Penticton tonight at the Town Toyota Center. They'll drop the puck at 6 o'clock. And we got our checker and Tom Rudrud joining us again today. Tom is an associate head coach, handles the defensive end of the ice. Arch, of course, is our old friend, the voice of the Wenatchee Wild. They'll be my guests in the back half of the hour. The Kraken victorious. We got all kinds of high school scores for you as well when we get to sports. We got a great show for you on this Winning Wednesday. Let's not waste any more time. Let's see what we have out there with our cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi division. Clouds are a little bit lower and a little bit thicker this morning. It is mild. It's 48 degrees. We hit 61 yesterday. Our normal high is 55 degrees. Sunrise has already happened. It happened at 6:57 this morning. Sunset tonight, 7:18. 12 hours and 21 minutes of daylight. And there is a pretty strong cold front approaching the Washington coast. By the time it gets to late afternoon, it will be paying us a visit. But in the meantime, we're in for a pretty nice day till the winds pick up. We'll get to that in just a minute. Camera 2. We're looking out at the Monitor Valley towards Cashmere. We used this camera yesterday. You can see the orchards are starting to get the job done. The mighty Wenatchee River, the highway, way off in the distance. You can see Stein Hill and the enchantments and the lovely town of Cashmere off into the distance. A beautiful view from our Monitor camera, camera number 3. Ooh, Cougar Ridge takes a bow. Hello, Cougar Ridge. The Otobashan Bridge has some pretty light traffic. We can see the Omi Gardens from there. You know, come to think of it, as I look at that, I want to go back to that fire that they had with the pallets at Kai's Fiber. Have they figured out what caused that fire? You remember that fire last week? out of the Kai's fiber packaging plant that you can see in that view there. What caused it? I don't know. We have to check in on that. Anyway, good morning to the north end of town and camera number 4. Aranda Rock says good morning to you. Is it really that bright out? I guess it must be. You know, the cameras can play tricks with you. It can open and close itself up so it lets in as much light as possible. Maybe it is that bright there. Anyway, Lake Antioch to your left and Aranda Rock jutting out and the highway. Pretty light traffic this morning. Some nice views from our good friend Uriah. Get ready for some wind this afternoon. Most of the day it's going to be calm, but this cold front is going to reach the Cascades late this afternoon, and then it's going to move east. It'll be in Montana by tonight. That's how quick this thing is moving. But here in Wenatchee and Chelan, Waterville, we're going to see gusts at 40 to 50 miles an hour, perhaps. It's a possibility, especially in those exposed ridges, places like Wenatchee Heights and Jump Off Ridge and up on Badger Mountain and Birch Mountain and through some of those gaps where the wind can pick up a little bit of intensity. So sustained winds going to be pretty strong. It's going to really get going about 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon, and it's going to stay windy for most of the rest of the day and into the evening hours. So just a heads up. For the most part, it's going to be calm, but it will be quite windy late in the afternoon as this cold front begins to roll into the valley. All right, from the National Weather Service, here we go. Lots of clouds today, 62. We like that. Just about what we hit yesterday. But again, quite breezy, especially late this afternoon. Sustained winds near 20, and we can see gusts much stronger than that. Those rogue gusts that kick up every once in a while. Again, late in the afternoon, right around 4:35, 5:30 in that area. It is a cold front. That's why it's going to get all the way down to 34 for the overnight low tonight. It's also going to clear out the skies. So we're right back to some sunshine on Thursday. Tomorrow morning, a lot of sunshine. Tomorrow afternoon, we cloud back up again with a high of about 54 degrees, 38 for the overnight low on Thursday night. Friday, lots of clouds. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, pretty much the same thing. It's going to be cloudy, but we're not really expecting any rain. This is going to be kind of like today. Lots of clouds, fairly mild temperatures for this time of the year. No rain, kind of just there. That's what we're going to have for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Back to the sunshine on Monday and Tuesday. The big story today is going to be the wind in the late afternoon hours. Your Mountain Pass Report brought to you by D.A. Davidson. The strength of a trusted partner and personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC, nothing for you. Bare and wet on Stevens. No advisories, no restrictions. Blewett is bare and dry. No advisories, no restrictions. Of course, Blewett Pass got its name because if you missed the cutoff to get on 97, you blew it. And I-90, Snoqualmie Pass, good to go. No problems, not even standing water. That was the issue yesterday. No advisories, no restrictions, no inclement weather at all in the forecast for the Cascades for the foreseeable future. There's not going to be any snow, and whatever snow they get is going to be so light that it's not going to be really sticking to the roadway. You're fine. No advisories, no restrictions. 8 minutes after the hour, 1 minute break. Your Wednesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
10 minutes after the hour, overcast and 48 degrees. Lots of clouds, very mild. We'll be in the lower 60s again today. Significant winds this afternoon as a rapidly moving cold front flies through the area. And we're going to see quite a bit of winds. We're going to cool down a few degrees on Thursday. And then we're going to warm right back up again with fairly cloudy conditions over the weekend. Let's start with this story at 10 minutes after the hour. 2 people are suspected in a series of vehicle prowls earlier in the year. One prowl involving a parked police car. 33-year-old Savannah Lynn Austin of Wenatchee is charged with second-degree prowl, unlawful possession of a firearm, and possessing stolen property. Wenatchee police say they're also going to seek similar charges against 34-year-old Colton James Nickel of Peshaston. The two allegedly broke into an Anacortes Police Department SUV last month while it was parked in the lot of a local hotel. The same night, they're accused of stealing items from other vehicles and hotel lots in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. A lot of those items were allegedly found in Austin's possession. Both suspects are being held in the Chelan County Jail. Officials are working to fix that big irrigation break that they had last Friday. It destroyed a section of Frenchman Hills Road between George and Warden. There's no estimate yet when that road will reopen. That's pretty spectacular footage right there. The canal break, of course, happened in the overnight hours Friday morning. It flooded surrounding land, closed the roadway, knocked out power to about 200 customers. Grant County commissioners signed a declaration of a local emergency on Friday that helps expedite the repairs. Meanwhile, the Quincy Columbia Basin Irrigation District said on Monday that repairs are underway to a feeder that serves the Frenchman Hills pumping plant. Crews have been working on that since the break happened on Friday. Some irrigation customers in the area, though, you're likely to see a delay in your water service until the repairs are made. You folks in Leavenworth, you're going to get a chance to chime in on how recreationists are using the Wenatchee River. Chelan County Commissioner Bob Boogert's going to host a March 31st community meeting at the Barn Beach Reserve to discuss multiple Leavenworth issues, including the heavy use of the river by tubers and rafters each summer. An estimated 1,000 to 1,600 people float Icicle Creek and the Wenatchee River on summer weekend days, and Chelan County averages 3 to 5 drowning deaths a year, a lot of them occurring right on that stretch of water. Other topics in the meeting include an update on short-term rental enforcement. A second community meeting will be on April 1st at the Beaver Valley Lodge in Plain. You can find all the details at the website that you see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. The state says Bob the Cat is back for his annual spring stroll underneath I-90. A camera at the Hyack undercrossing shows the Bobcat safely crossing beneath I-90 2 or 3 times each spring, and then Bob the Cat disappears. Bob repeats the process early in the winter. The Washington State Department of Transportation says it's possible it's not the same Bobcat, but it probably is the same Bobcat. And of course, it's now time to name another one of our plows. These are the big plows, the plows that, they're attached to a standard plow truck, and they clear 2 lanes of snow at the same time. This is the 4th one. The DOT wants your input on the selection. 16 names up for grabs. Let's see. We have among those you can choose from Plow Chicka Plow, Snow Squatch, Sleddy Vetter, Snowby Wan Planobi. Head to the DOT Facebook page to chime in. The survey closes on Friday. The 3 already named plows, Plowy McPlow, the Big Laplowski, and Sir Plows-a-Lot. That's the news at 14 minutes after the hour. We'll have a newscast for you, I hope, tonight at 5, 6, and 10. We'll have another busy day in the newsroom. Grant and Eric and Cal and Malcolm and Jefferson and everybody who makes the news happen. With a preview of tonight's news, here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, unseasonably warm temperatures in our Wednesday forecast. I'll have all the details and a peek at the weekend outlook coming up in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have the latest results from area prep baseball, softball, and soccer action. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. Don't forget, we got a news tip. We got a couple of really good ones last week, and we followed up on them. Or you just want to drop us a note and say hi. At the bottom of your screen are the ways you can do it. Our Facebook page, our email address, and our homepage, ncwlife.com. After a break, sports will preview Wenatchee Wild's final regular season home game against Penticton. Don't forget, they're in the playoffs. We'll talk about that. And also we'll have Arch and John join us in the back half of the hour. Still to come, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Minotti. You're watching a Winning Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Morning, Sadie. Come on, Sadie.
Come on, Sadie needs more feet.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
16 minutes after the hour, the Wenatchee Wild wrap up their regular season home schedule tonight at 6 o'clock. The Penticton V's are in town, and as you might imagine, they're pretty good. They've been the class of the BCHL this year. They finished the regular season. They've guaranteed the best record in the league. Wenatchee, they are the number 7 seed heading into the postseason. They'll take on Salmon Arm in the first round of the playoffs. Associate head coach Tom Rudrud said the Wild are focusing on tonight and not looking ahead to the playoffs.
We want to keep doing what we've been doing recently, because that's what will help us have success. We don't want to back off at all. We went through that 6-win streak, and we were doing a lot of things well. Well, we started slipping a little bit, and then we stopped doing those little things, and as a result, we didn't have a lot of success for a while. And so we've gotten on this roll a little bit where we're doing the little things. We want to keep the pedal to the metal and keep going forward, doing those things. So we're not we're looking ahead to the playoffs, but we have to look at it game by game.
So what are the little things? Finishing checks and taking care of the defensive end of the ice.
Well, I think we've kind of caught fire a little bit. Guys are doing the little things very well. We're winning battles for pucks. We're finishing our hits, and when we do those things, we seem to have a lot of success. Other things follow in place, and it's really been good to see.
Penticton has beaten Wenatchee pretty good over the last few seasons, but the voice of the Wild, Art Ecker, says don't bet against the Wild tonight.
They've got a high caliber team right now that's got a lot of college commits. I think last time we played them, I think 17 of the guys on the ice that were dressed that night had their Division I college commits already in place. So it goes. We've had our hands full with them of late. You know, for a long time, since we joined the BCHL, we were kind of neck and neck with them. And of late, it's kind of slanted the other way, and we've been a little behind. But, you know, our first game of the year, you go back to that, and we came out of the chute, and we lost 3-2 in overtime to them on the road. You know, they're a good team, but, you know, when we're playing well, you know, it's not like they're knocking us around. I mean, you think normally, you know, a number 1 seed against a number 7, and you're like, well, it's probably not going to be short work. But I'll tell you what, our guys are 100% capable of keeping up with them when we do the things that Tom alluded to just a few moments ago.
The Wild and the V's, 6 o'clock tonight at the Town Toyota Center. WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Get your tickets, cheer on the home team. And, of course, Arch and Tom will be my guests in the back half of the program. The Seattle Kraken pulled off their 2nd win in a row in NHL play last night. Yeah, we like that. They came from behind to beat Arizona 4-2. 2 goals by Carson Soucy and 1 each by newcomer Daniel Sprong and Morgan Geekie. Seattle outshooting Phoenix 39-26 in a back-and-forth contest.
Keller. Played along. Keller's got it again. Put to the front, a shot to goal. It's Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz. Great setup, Keller. 1-0 Coyotes. Games with a lot of those goals set up by Clayton Keller. Soucy with a shot, and he scores through a screen. And the Kraken have tied it at 1. Comes right back, and now the Coyotes want to go. Here's an opportunity. In with it is Ritchie. Ritchie scores! Nick Ritchie! And it's 2-1. 10 remaining in the Capo Bianco minor. Chance over the line and they score. And that's Daniel Sprong. And Daniel Sprong coming over at the trade deadline, and it's a 2-2 game. You never know what happens in the offseason. You never know. As this one will be played along, back out high, done with a shot. That's Susie, and he scores. Carson Susie has made it 3-2. Opportunity here, Fisher trying to go wide. To the front, stop, rebound, comes in front, right through the crease, and they can't finish it off. Ends up behind the net, Lind. To the front, across, they score, Geeky. Wide open cage. And the Kraken with a 4-2 lead. Coyotes just couldn't get anything generated in the final minute. Krause one final shot, and that's it. And the Seattle Kraken get their first win against the Coyotes.
Coach Dave Haxtell said, well, we had that little lapse in the second period, but outside of that, the Kraken played solid hockey.
You know, it was a hard-working game for us. Pretty consistent effort throughout. You know, really we got a little bit sloppy with the puck during the second period, and that cost us a couple chances against. But you know, the guys did a really good job of you know, regaining that composure, and did a good job in the third period with, you know, playing with the lead and playing hard, playing smart.
They catch a break now. They don't play again until Saturday. They'll be in Los Angeles to take on the Kings. Going to try to do something they have never done in franchise history, win 3 games in a row. The NIT tournament continues tonight. I like the Cougars' chances tonight. I really do. They're in Provo. The Cougars to take on BYU. Washington State 21-14 on the season. BYU 24-10. The game tips off at 6 o'clock. You can watch it on ESPN2. The winner goes to Madison Square Garden and the semifinals against the winner of Texas A&M and Wake Forest. St. Bonaventure and Xavier are already in the quarterfinals. The Mariners and Cubs played up a 5-5 tie in Cactus League play yesterday. They don't do extra innings in spring training. Seattle trailed 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th, and that's when Chris Ford got the Mariners a little bit closer.
This is towered out to right field, and Mike Ford clears the berm. That was a blast. 2-run home run for Mike Ford.
That was in the 8th, and then in the 9th, Spencer Packard steps up to the plate to tie the game.
OPS over 1,000. On the ground and into right field. Have yourself a day, Spencer Packard. You have tied this game with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 9th inning.
Nicely done. Ball's behind in the count. Still picks up a base hit. It was hit hard, too. He barreled it up. Take a look at the pitch. Fastball out over the plate and pulls it through the right side of the infield. The Mariners with a chance to win the ball game.
Again, it's spring training, so they don't play extra innings. What's the point? The game doesn't count. By the way, Robbie Ray. Remember that name, Mariner fans. He's going to be a franchise player. He made his debut for the M's. He pitched 4 innings. He allowed a 2-run home run, but he also struck out 5. They're off today. They'll play Cleveland tomorrow afternoon at 1:05. All right, high school to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from yesterday. Let's head to the pitch. Eastmont edged Davis. Wenatchee fell on the road to Skyline. Moses Lake over West Valley. Afraid to shut down Sela. Cascade blanking Omak. Quincy got by Kashmir. Okanagan edged Brewster. And Orville over Pateros. On the baseball diamonds, Wenatchee edged West Valley at home. Moses Lake eased past Eisenhower. Afraida down in Quincy. Chelan 10-run to Liberty Bell. Cascade over Lake Roosevelt. And a girls' fast pitch softball yesterday. Wenatchee over Kashmir. Afraida all over Quincy. You get these kinds of scores in girls' softball. It happens. Cascade got by Lake Roosevelt, but it was close. And Omak by 1 over Brewster. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 25 minutes after the hour, I had 5 obscure holidays to choose from today. World Meteorological Day, National Chia Day, National Chip and Dip Day, National Near Miss Day. It was on this date like sometime in the 80s that an asteroid almost hit us. Didn't. We probably would have known about that. Today is National Puppy Day. The little bitty puppy with the little puppy. Look at the puppies. Puppies are awesome. But the idea behind today is puppy mills, those places who do nothing but have dogs breed with each other until the dog can't breed anymore, and then they just throw the dog out on the street or they euthanize it. There are way too many puppy mills. There are 10,000 puppy mills in this country. That's 9,999 too many. Over 2 million puppies are purposely bred a year in puppy mills just to sell, and 1.3 million of those are euthanized after it's all said and done. Missouri is where most of the puppy mills are. Puppy mills. We adopted a dog from a puppy mill just because they were going to kill it. And it turned out to be one of the best dogs we ever had. A little Yorkie, about that big. Anyway, we love the little puppies, but we don't like the puppy mills. Personal opinion. 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history, give me liberty or give me death, said Patrick Henry at St. John's Episcopal Church in Richmond, Virginia on March 23rd, 1775. 247 years ago today, one of the founding fathers stood up and made his famous speech. He lived until 1799, so Patrick Henry got both liberty and death. One of the most famous speeches. Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. The whole speech, by the way, is really good. Of course, they couldn't record it. Somebody had to write it down. I'm sure there's some errors in there, but it happened on this date 247 years ago today. March 23rd, 1806. That would make it 216 years ago today. It's time to go home. Lewis and Clark and the Corps of Discovery, after spending a miserable winter at Fort Clatsop, which is basically near Astoria, Oregon. I think it rained every day, but like 3 days they were there. They were going to wait a few more weeks before they pulled up stakes and started heading east, and they said, we got to get out of here. It just stinks. So they pulled up stakes, and they began their journey home back to St. Louis. For the record, it took 557 days for the Corps of Discovery to travel from St. Louis, Missouri to the Pacific Ocean, and it only took them 185 days to get from the Pacific Ocean back to St. Louis, Missouri, for a number of reasons. Number one, they really, really wanted to go home. They were motivated. Number two, they knew the route. It was mostly all downhill. That's why. And they didn't have to worry about exploring and seeing things. They knew it. So it was like, let's get out of here. Let's go home. They began to go home on this date in 1806. 89 years ago today, the Reichstag, the German parliament, just turned the whole thing over to Adolf. On this date in 1933, they passed the Enabling Act, which meant that Adolf Hitler could make the laws. Didn't have to go through any kind of legislative process. Whatever he says is fine with us. The nightmare begins on this date in 1933. And 50 years ago today, after threatening to move, the city of New York and the New York Yankees come to an agreement. The city of New York would buy Yankee Stadium. The Yankees didn't own Yankee Stadium. The Knights of Columbus owned Yankee Stadium, and Rice University owned the land that it sat on. The city agreed to buy Yankee Stadium from Rice University and the Knights of Columbus, own it, renovate it, and in return, the Yankees would sign a 30-year lease so they wouldn't move out of the city. So the estimated cost of renovating the old Yankee Stadium, $25 million. It ended up costing $160 million. The state is still paying for the bond of a stadium that was torn down 13 years ago. Sometimes I wonder why we get into these things. 29 minutes after the hour, birthdays. One of the great American success stories. Betty Nesmith Graham, born in this state in 1924. In 1954, she was a divorced single mother of a child. She was barely making ends meet as a secretary and a typist. She was earning $300 a month as a secretary for a Texas bank. She had to type a lot of letters. She was really bad at it, just didn't like doing it, made a lot of typos, but she was also an artist. She painted, and she knew that when a painter makes a mistake, he just paints over his mistake. And so Betty Nesmith Graham sneaked some fast-drying white paint into work, and when she would make a mistake typing a letter for her boss at the bank, she would stop and pull the thing out and take her little brush and just cover it up. And it was almost imperceptible. You couldn't see it. Thus was born liquid paper. Betty Graham sold liquid paper to the Gillette Corporation for $48 million in 1979. And her son, Michael Nesmith, would be a founding member of the Monkees. Betty Nesmith, born in the state in 1924, died in 1980 at the age of 56. Sir Roger Bannister, the English runner, the very first man ever to run the mile in under 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds, was born in the state in 1929. He died a couple of years ago at the age of 88. Roger Bannister's record lasted for just 46 days. It was broken. He never held the record again. The current record for the mile, by the way, is 3 minutes, 43 seconds, and that record has stood for 22 years. Roger Bannister, legendary athlete. And speaking of legendary athletes, I love the Turkish national soccer team. And by golly, Ozan Tufan. Hi, Ozan. Ozan Tufan, the great forward for the Turkish national soccer team, is 27 years old today. Happy birthday, Ozan. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and then it's Wednesday. It's Winning Wednesday. So, first of all, we got Hockey Talk with Arch and Tom. And second of all, don't forget our prize package, the board game Wenatchee-opoly. There it is, unsealed, ready to play. It's just like Monopoly, only it has Wenatchee icons instead of Atlantic City. Also up for grabs this morning, and one big prize package, an NCW Life Channel mouse pad. Now, that wasn't enough. Gee, don't you think it ought to be? An almost expired Franz apple pie. I'm already worried about one of my viewers who emailed me. They have no interest at all in the board game or the mouse pad, but they do want to win an apple pie. I love you guys. Mike Magnotti is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Hello, everyone in the Wenatchee Valley. It's our 2-for-1 sale at Collins Fashions. This is how it works. Buy one red tag sale item and receive the next red tag sale item of equal or lesser value free. That's right, free. Please come ASAP for the best selection and help us make room for great spring fashions. Fresh new merchandise arrives daily from Jam's World, French Dressing, Lillipede, David Klein, Tommy Bahama, and many more. Come visit Collins where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
It's a $10 million clearance event going on now at Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
Get the best brands of Serta and Beauty Rest mattress sets all in stock and priced to go.
Like $200 off Serta iCovered mattress sets or $300 off Beauty Rest Black Hybrids. And don't forget 4 years interest-free financing plus express delivery and $300 of additional free furniture with select mattresses sold.
Making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less at Walker's.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Mary Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Mary Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Mary Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently saw a tourism ad for Seattle. You know, those ads that promote a city, a state, telling you how great it is to visit. So it's so great that you need to come and spend all your money. You know what ad I'm talking about. Well, this ad was basically telling you that Seattle was clean and safe, and it ended by saying something like, come to Seatown. Seatown? I have the feeling that the city of Seattle is trying to improve its image, and I'd have to say, Seattle's image needs improving. I don't think I need to go into a lot of detail about that, but Seattle is not the city it was when Rosie and I were living there back in the late 70s. And calling themselves Seatown? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, Ubco, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
The 2022 Grant County Fair is excited to announce country supergroup Lone Star. They'll be playing at the fairgrounds Thursday, August 18th. Friday, August 19th, it's Cameron Marlowe. And on Wednesday, August 17th, it's the tribute bands Jukebox Heroes, Barracuda, and Stone in Love. 3 of the premier tribute bands on the West Coast. VIP seat tickets go on sale March 11th. The Grant County Fair, August 16th through the 20th.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Once again, we're in the Loge here at the Town Toyota Center, which was a hopping place over the weekend on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with a nice little 3-game sweep of trail, 4 in a row now for the Wenatchee Wild as they get ready to wrap up the regular season and do the playoffs. Art Ecker, our longtime friend to my immediate left. Tom is back again, the guy who coaches, but he handles more of the defensive side of the ice. Thanks again for joining us both, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Before we get busy and talk about Penticton here tonight and then the quick little 2-game road trip and then we get in the playoffs, let's recap the Trail Series. Nice victory, 3 in a row, Thursday night. Nice victory Friday night. Let's roll highlights of Friday as you recap Friday, and then we'll talk about Saturday as well. Arch, do the honors.
Well, you know, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. You know, coming into that 3-game series, we had not beaten Trail all year. We were like 0-4-1 against them, or 0-3-1, I guess. And we knew coming in that it was going to be between us and them for whoever could lock down that number 7 seed and not fall to 8. And I was real proud of the way our guys responded and played to the utmost of their ability. They really brought their A game all 3 nights. You know, Garrett Sidlowski had a big goal to get things going there on the Friday game. But we had a really dominant effort, I thought, on Thursday and followed it up with more of the same on Friday. And clearly Trail was fired up for Friday, so it was, you know, both teams just elevated a little bit, and the thing kind of compacted a little. We ended up winning it 3-1. Cade Littler scored a nice goal, and Jack Ivey, what was nice to see, he and his twin brother Ben connected for just the 2nd time this year. They had scored once together in Merritt some time ago, and that was one where Jack fed Ben, and this time it was the other way around. So it was really nice to see that. And then we came back on Saturday, and we knew that it came down to that last game, and if we could win it, we would lock down the number 7 seed. And you know, and our guys came out ready to go. And you know, we had a big night. Quinn Emerson, obviously captain. You look to your captains for leadership in times like that, and well, he didn't disappoint. And Garrett Sidlowski did a real good job. And Connor Overson scored his first goal of the year, which is great. He's a young guy, a Washington kid. And for him to get that first goal out of the way, and it was beautifully set up by Hunter Hastings, who's a kid that's been with us for a couple of years. So it was just a really great moment. And, you know, the unsung hero in that moment is Jacob Karpa, our other defenseman. First thing he did is he bolted to that net and he grabbed that puck to save it for Connor. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Tom, I saw a team skate and pass very well on Saturday night. Like they said, let's just take care. And they took care of it. 5-2 was a pretty nice victory, home or away. But they looked really good, especially, I thought, Saturday night.
Well, I think we've kind of caught fire a little bit. Guys are doing the little things very well. We're winning battles for pucks. We're finishing our hits. And when we do those things, we seem to have a lot of success. Other things follow in place, and it's really been good to see.
By default, when a defenseman scores, is that good, or sometimes is it just a fluke?
Well, I kind of like it. No, we really encourage our defensemen to get involved in the offense, and they're not going to score as often as the forwards do in any situation that I've seen, but we do like them to get involved. We want them to start right from the defensive zone, getting the puck, moving it to the forwards, and we like to have one of our defensemen jump up and join the rush if possible. So it's not something that should be all that uncommon, but it doesn't happen as a regular basis like the forwards end up scoring.
So 3 in a row, they swept Trail. They had won the day before, so it's now 4 in a row, which is the longest streak they've had since they won 6 in a row back over the holiday season. Is that comparable when you guys won 6 in a row and now you won 4 in a row? Same kind of deal, playing some pretty high quality hockey?
Yeah, I think we're playing even better right now. I don't know that it always translates into wins, but we seem to be playing a lot harder now than even when we went through that 6-game streak.
Penticton is in town tonight. Penticton, the class of the league. They've already clinched the regular season championship, the best record in the BCHL, and the #1 seed. We don't have to play them in the playoffs yet, but the V's are here again tonight, and they are the class of the league, Arch.
Well, you know, and they have been for some time. I think Bliss refers to them as the gold standard. And, you know, we've always, you know, striven, is that a word?
Striven? It's a word now.
Is it? Striven?
Congratulations.
I don't know. But we've always worked towards, you know, meeting that level and trying to be among the class of the league. And, you know, and they've continued to do it year after year. They put a quality product on the ice. They put on a good show for the fans. They draw good crowds, obviously. And, you know, they've got a high caliber team right now that's got a lot of college commits. I think last time we played them, I think 17 of the guys on the ice that were dressed that night had their Division I college commits already in place. So it goes. We've had our hands full with them of late. You know, for a long time, since we joined the BCHL, we were kind of neck and neck with them. And of late, it's kind of slanted the other way, and we've been a little behind. But you know, our first game of the year, you go back to that, and we came out of the chute, and we lost 3-2 in overtime to them on the road. You know, they're a good team, but, you know, when we're playing well, you know, it's not like they're knocking us around. I mean, you think normally, you know, a #1 seed against a #7, you're like, well, it's probably not going to be short work. But I'll tell you what, our guys are 100% capable of keeping up with them when we do the things that Tom alluded to just a few moments ago. I love to see the physical play that we've been picking up on, and you know, the aggressive play in the offensive zone, finishing checks, stuff that we had kind of gotten away from for whatever reason. But the guys are clicking, and so with Penticton coming in, you know, granted maybe neither team has the drive of a playoff seed that's hanging in the balance, but at the same time there's still a healthy rivalry between the two clubs. I don't know that it's ever gotten to be a heated or hateful rivalry. It's always been a rivalry built on, I think, some mutual respect, because they know what we are and what we're capable of, and we certainly respect them in return. And when we get together, there can be some pretty good games, and I think that tonight's going to be absolutely that.
Tom, from a coaching perspective, you got 3 games that count but don't count.
Yes.
We got Penticton, as Arch mentioned tonight. A couple of quick trip up for Trail in Cranbrook, and then it's playoff time. How do you handle this from a coaching perspective? Just get to the playoffs healthy, knowing you're not going to finish any higher or lower? How does that work?
Well, I think we want to keep doing what we've been doing recently, because that's what will help us have success. We don't want to back off at all. We went through that 6-win streak, and we were doing a lot of things well. Well, we started slipping a little bit, and then we stopped doing those little things, and as a result, we didn't have a lot of success for a while. And so we've gotten on this roll a little bit where we're doing the little things. We want to keep the pedal to the metal and keep going forward doing those things. So we're not we're looking ahead to the playoffs, but we have to look at it game by game, making sure that we put the emphasis on those things and continue to do those
Have
things.
you already started planning for Salmon Black? Knowing, for Silverback?
We have not. We have not.
Okay,
no,
and that's cool.
No, right now we're looking forward to tonight's game against Penticton. We've put together video, watched video. We've talked about that, and all of our focus has been on them right now.
Let's talk about
you know, it's got to feel,
you know,
it's got to feel real good at this point, and you've heard Clarkie talk about it in past weeks. And you know, we want to be playing our best hockey at this time of year. And boy, the cards are unfolding exactly in that direction. The guys are playing great, and as Tom said, let's just keep doing what you're doing. You know, there's not a whole lot of need to right the ship when the ship's sailing full steam ahead and cutting through nice water. So, yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
Well, they're in the 7th spot, and that means they will take on the #2 seed in the first round of the playoffs. The dates have been set. Let's talk about that, Arch. Give us the details, please.
Yeah, the Salmon Arm Silverbacks. So because they are the higher seed, they have the right to home ice advantage. It is a best-of-7 series. There are 4 best-of-7 series that it takes to win the Fred Page Cup, just like the NHL. They're all best-of-7s. So with Salmon Arm having home ice advantage, they kind of sort of get to dictate a little bit of the format of how it's laid out. Sometimes teams will go 2-2, 1-1-1 in terms of home games. Sometimes it's 2-3-2, like we did with Prince George one time. But what we've arranged now is Bliss got on the phone with the Salmon Arm general manager, and they worked out a schedule. So on Saturday, April 2nd, that's going to be game 1, and it'll be at the Shaw Center in Salmon Arm. The next day, Sunday, will be game 2, again in Salmon Arm. The game times have not been announced yet, 6 or 7. I don't know about that. I know our home games, which games 3 and 4 will be here at Town Toyota Center. Those will be 6 p.m. start times. All of the whole series will be 6 p.m. if it's played here. So we got the Monday will be a travel day. Tuesday and Wednesday, games 3 and 4 here. Then Thursday's a travel day. We'll go back up there on Friday if a game 5 is required, and we'll play at the Shaw Center again. And then we'll turn right back around on Saturday night and have a potential game 6 right back here at Town Toyota Center. If it goes to a game 7, that will be the following Monday, which I believe is the 11th, and that would be up in Salmon Arm as the higher seed. So, yeah, the schedule is laid out. Tickets are available. You know, our office is open and ready to take care of you. 888-7825. You just pick up the horn and call and say, hey, I want to come see some playoff hockey. They're going to say, perfect, and they'll get you set up. It's a great deal. And no masks.
No masks?
And no vax card mandates
vax
anymore.
card?
That's out of here.
The Wenatchee Wild was the only team in the BCHL that didn't play last year, and they had this strange pod arrangement up in Canada, which we won't even get into. It's been a long time since we had a playoff game, a home playoff game.
2 years.
Talk about the intensity. It's a whole nother atmosphere, isn't it? Home playoff.
Well, it really is.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing quite like playoff hockey. You know, even in the National Hockey League, I mean, these guys are pros and they've been playing, you know, they played an 82-game season, and, you know, they've been playing for years, and they're making big fat paychecks for going out and do what they do. But boy, as soon as it's playoffs game 1, man, you just see them to a man. It's the next level. It is really the next level. And, you know, and it feeds upon itself. You know, how important is that game 1? You know, and if you win one on the road, then you've stolen home ice advantage back. I mean, everything gets magnified, just like in any other sport. But, you know, when you get into the playoffs, you know, a hot power play or a strong penalty kill, those kind of things, they go a long way, you know, and everything gets heightened. Your sense of awareness, a sense of urgency, and the fans pick up on that too, because it permeates the building. It permeates the bench for sure. The coaching staff, the office staff, I mean, everybody in town feels it. They're just so excited. And yeah, it's been 2 years. It was March of 2020 when we played Vernon, and we ended up getting eliminated here on home ice, which was uncool. So we're going to try to see if we can't swing that pendulum back in the other direction here in about a week or so.
Let's make David Rayfield happy real quick for tonight's game against Penticton. The Junior Service League of Wenatchee is sponsoring the game. Arch, you want to handle that end of the deal with the diaper toss, the diaper thing?
Yeah, the thing.
Thank you.
Talk about the thing.
Yeah, all I can think of is make sure the diapers are new. That's all I wanted to. No used diapers. Go ahead, Arch.
That's a bad
Where would
picture.
one come across that? Anyway, yeah, so the diaper toss, and I'll be honest with you, the first time I was a part of one of those events and saw they were going to do a diaper toss, I was like, really? And it kind of just struck me as funny, you know? Like teddy bear toss, I get it, I'm 100% behind, but the diaper toss just seemed weird. But you know what? The first time it happened, and I saw the benefit that came from it for the people in our community, I mean, face it, man, prices are terrible on everything right now.
Oh, yeah.
And any help that we can give to our local families, I mean, trying to start a new family is difficult under good circumstances. And when it's hard times like it is right now, boy, getting a pack of diapers and some wipes and that kind of stuff, man, that stuff goes a long way. And so, you know what? I'm no longer like weirded out by like, what the heck is this? Now I feel proud that us as an organization and a team will take a night and dedicate it towards helping those people in our community, because that's so important to us.
Bring a brand new diapers, and diapers are outrageously expensive. This is crazy. You were right. I don't buy diapers, but I was at Albertsons the other day. That's right. I wasn't supposed to mention their name. Sorry, Albertsons. I couldn't believe how much diapers cost. It's crazy. Bring diapers. Okay. Toss them on the ice. Yeah.
Well, you know, you think they're expensive, but try going without them.
On that note, Penticton tonight here at the Town Toyota Center, at Trail Friday, at Cranbrook on Sunday the 27th. Regular season wraps up. Arch already gave you the playoff schedule. WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Get your tickets. Get down here, support the team tonight, and get ready for playoff hockey. It's been way too long. Tom, Arch, always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
And make sure you send Dan fan mail, because he loves that.
Thanks, Dan.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
It's the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 18th through the 27th, with tons of vendors, adult beverages, a scavenger hunt for the kids, a cash machine, and enter to win a new RV. Top manufacturers are coming from across the country, like Winnebago, Holiday Rambler, Forest River, Thor, Heartland, and more. Check out the enormous selection of both new and used RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, all with huge manufacturers' incentives. The financing options are amazing. So come on down to the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 18th through the 27th.
We're heading into my foundation 16 years this summer. We do a lot of things. We cover a lot of sports fees and make sure that kids individually can play the sport that they love without any hindrance whatsoever. Because of my cancer diagnosis and my fight that I had back in 1999, I had people pay for my medical bills, and so now we're raising money to help pay for people's cancer fight. This foundation is near and dear to my heart, and Abby's Pizza has been a part of that every step of the way.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker table. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
And we're back on this winning Wednesday, and what's again up for grabs? Wenatcheeopoly. It is plays just like Monopoly, only the icons are Wenatchee area icons from all over the valley. It's a triple prize package, also up for grabs today. An NCW Life Channel mouse pad, suitable for framing. And if that wasn't enough, and gee, don't you think it ought to be? We have a Franz apple pie. There we go. The packaging is green, so it kind of disappears. Heads up on the Franz fruit pie, made with real fruit filling, naturally and artificially flavored, 4.5 ounces. The expiration date on this pie is today. I bought it a while ago, and it's been sitting on my desk, and I haven't eaten it, so we're going to throw that in as the third prize. Wenatcheeopoly board game, the mouse pad, and the almost expired Franz fruit pie could be yours. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. You know the rules by now. One entry per email address. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once, but you can only enter one time per email address. You can't enter over and over and over and over and over again on the same email address. We keep track of these things. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Rachel. And if you don't enter the contest, you can't win. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on. Quick heads up, there's a very fast-moving cold front heading our way. It's not going to get here till late. That's snowy McPlow. Do we have that slide, Uriah? The wind? There you go. It's going to be windy. Late this afternoon, more like 4:35 is when this cold front that's approaching the coast is going to slide through here. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, we're going to see some pretty strong winds, especially in those ridges that are susceptible to the strong winds. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that. Going to be very late in the afternoon into the early evening hours. So it's going to cool us down tonight. Let's take a look at it one more time for the National Weather Service. Another beautiful day today. Lots of clouds, but 62. We'll take that. We hit 61 yesterday. Here's the cold front. As you can see, we're going to get all the way down to 34. We didn't get colder than 48 today. So big cool down with the cool air coming in. And that's going to cool us down on Thursday with a high of only 54 with the cold air. Then a little bit warmer on Friday and a little bit warmer on Saturday. Sunshine's going to be taking the weekend off, I'm afraid. Not going to see a great deal of sun on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but the temperatures will be quite comfortable. And that's it for us. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.